Buddhism, one of the oldest spiritual traditions in the world. Over the centuries, it has evolved into many different paths, each with its own interpretations, rituals, and practices. But with so many variations, we often wonder, which of these paths comes closest to the original teachings of the Buddha himself? Is there a way to rediscover the essence of his wisdom, free from later additions and interpretations? Today, we'll explore that question. We'll look beyond the well-known sects like Mahayana and Hinayana and instead journey back to the very heart of Buddhist thought, back to where it all began. In our search, we will uncover a profound tradition rooted in compassion, reason, and mindfulness, one that has preserved the teachings of the Buddha in their purest form. Let's begin our search for the true form of Buddhism. Mahayana and Hinayana, two significant branches of Buddhism, each embody unique interpretations of the Buddha's teachings. Mahayana Buddhism, often referred to as the Great Vehicle, emphasizes the role of bodhisattvas, beings who strive for enlightenment not just for themselves, but for all sentient beings. This tradition is rich in ritual and often incorporates a pantheon of deities, celebrating their virtues through elaborate ceremonies. In contrast, Hinayana, or more accurately, Theravada Buddhism, focuses on the teachings preserved in the Pali Canon. This path is marked by its simplicity and commitment to personal enlightenment. Followers aim to attain nirvana through disciplined practice and meditation, often eschewing complex rituals. Both paths have served millions across the globe, offering valuable insights and guidance on the spiritual journey. Yet, as we explore these variations, we must ask ourselves, is there a more original path, one that brings us closer to the core teachings of the Buddha? At the heart of Buddhist scholarship lies an institution that stands as a beacon of original teachings, Nalanda University. Founded in the 5th century CE, Nalanda became a thriving hub where scholars from all over Asia gathered to study the Buddha's purest teachings. This ancient university was not just a place of learning. It was a vibrant community of thought leaders who emphasized reasoning, debate, and critical inquiry. Imagine a melting pot of ideas where students from India, China, Tibet, and beyond engaged in dialogues that shaped the understanding of Buddhism for centuries. Nalanda's teachings were grounded in rational thought and mindfulness. The focus was on cultivating a clear mind and compassionate heart, leading practitioners towards enlightenment without the distractions of rituals or supernatural beliefs. Think of the mind as a still pond. When the water is clear, it reflects reality as it is. Nalanda Buddhism taught that through mindfulness and understanding, we can achieve that clarity, allowing us to see the world and ourselves more accurately. In this way, Nalanda Buddhism serves as a reminder of the original path that the Buddha laid out, inviting us all to explore deeper into our own practice and understanding. The core teachings of Buddhism, particularly the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, remain incredibly relevant today. Let's explore how these foundational concepts of Nalanda Buddhism can guide us through modern challenges like stress, ethical dilemmas, and the quest for mindfulness. First, let's look at the Four Noble Truths. The first truth recognizes that suffering is a part of life. In our fast-paced world, we all experience stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. Acknowledging that suffering exists is the first step toward understanding our experiences. The second truth identifies the cause of suffering, craving, and attachment. This is especially relevant today, as we often find ourselves attached to material possessions or societal expectations, which can lead to unhappiness. Understanding this can help us break free from these cycles. The third truth offers hope. The cessation of suffering is possible. By learning to let go of our attachments and desires, we can find peace. This encourages us to reflect on what truly matters in life, fostering a sense of contentment. Finally, the fourth truth provides the path to liberation through the Eightfold Path. This isn't just a set of ideals, it's a practical guide to living mindfully and ethically in our daily lives. Let's break it down. Right view, understanding reality and the nature of suffering. In our modern context, this means questioning our beliefs and seeking clarity. Right intention, committing to ethical and mental self-improvement. It's about cultivating a positive mindset and compassionate thoughts. Right speech, speaking truthfully and kindly. In an age of social media, this encourages us to communicate with empathy and integrity. Right action, engaging in ethical behavior and avoiding harm. This means making choices that benefit not just ourselves but also others around us. Right livelihood, choosing work that does not harm others. This is crucial as we consider our impact on the environment and society. Right effort, cultivating positive states of mind. It's about being proactive in maintaining a positive outlook, especially during difficult times. Right mindfulness, being fully present in the moment. This is essential for managing stress and finding peace amidst the chaos of modern life. Right concentration, developing the mental focus necessary for meditation and insight. This helps us cultivate deeper awareness and connection with ourselves. By applying the Eightfold Path in our lives, we create a foundation for mindful, ethical living. Each principle acts as a practical tool to navigate our modern struggles, ultimately leading us toward greater happiness and fulfillment. In this way, the teachings of Nalanda Buddhism resonate deeply, inviting us to live with intention and compassion in our ever-changing world. In today's fast-paced world, mindfulness has become a buzzword, often seen merely as a tool for stress relief. But in the context of Nalanda Buddhism, mindfulness represents much more. It is a profound practice of self-awareness and spiritual growth. At Nalanda, mindfulness was about cultivating a deep understanding of oneself and one's place in the universe. It encourages us to observe our thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment, leading to greater clarity and insight into our lives. Alongside mindfulness, compassion was a cornerstone of Nalanda's teachings. But this compassion extended beyond personal relationships. It embraced societal well-being. Nalanda emphasized that true compassion involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings. In today's world, where we face numerous social and environmental challenges, the call for compassion is more urgent than ever. Nalanda Buddhism reminds us that being compassionate is not just a personal virtue, it is a collective responsibility. When we practice compassion, we contribute to a more harmonious society. By fostering mindfulness and compassion, we create a ripple effect, enhancing our relationships, uplifting our communities, and ultimately leading to a more peaceful world. Nalanda's teachings encourage us to act with intention, not only for our own growth, but for the betterment of all beings. In embracing these principles, we can navigate the complexities of modern life while staying rooted in the timeless wisdom of the Buddha. As Buddhism spread across Asia, it naturally adapted to the diverse cultures it encountered. This evolution is a testament to Buddhism's resilience and flexibility. However, this adaptation sometimes meant moving away from the Buddha's core teachings. It's understandable that cultural influences shaped different sects. For instance, Mahayana Buddhism introduced elements like deities, rituals, and superstitions, which often overshadowed the original teachings focused on reasoning and logic. This shift allowed Buddhism to resonate with local populations, but it also led to a divergence from the simplicity of the Buddha's message. While these adaptations created rich and vibrant traditions, they sometimes placed rituals over reasoning and logic, complicating the path to enlightenment. This is where Nalanda Buddhism stands apart. Nalanda remained committed to the essence of the Buddha's teachings, focusing on rational thought, ethical living, and mindfulness. The scholars of Nalanda were dedicated to preserving the original messages of the Buddha, ensuring that the core principles of Buddhism remained accessible and applicable to all. By appreciating the evolution of Buddhism, we can recognize the beauty of its diversity while also understanding the importance of staying connected to the original teachings that offer clarity and guidance in our spiritual journeys. In conclusion, It's essential to recognize the differences among various Buddhist traditions. Mahayana, Hinayana, Zen, and others have evolved over time, often moving away from the core teachings of the Buddha. Instead of getting lost in these diverse paths, I urge you to embrace Nalanda Buddhism, the one that stays true to the original teachings of Siddhartha Gautama Buddha. By focusing on the essence of the Buddha's teachings, we can cultivate a deeper understanding and a more meaningful practice in our lives. Reject the distractions of later interpretations and embrace the clarity that comes from Nalanda Buddhism. As you move forward on your spiritual journey, let Nalanda Buddhism guide you back to the original message of the Buddha, allowing reason and logic to illuminate your path.